Assalamualaikum and good morning to all respected panel. My name is Izzati Binti Mohamad Shukri and I will be presenting my research proposal titled The Determination of Antioxidant Activities, Physicochemical Properties and Sensory Evaluation of Fermented Mulberry Morus alba-Leaf Tea. So, this is the outline of my presentation video for today. The introduction part. Mulberry genus Morus is a species from the Moraceae family and the most found is Morus alba-Leaf, white mulberry, Morus rubra, red mulberry, and Morus nigra, black mulberry. Usually, the most common species that was found in Malaysia is Morus alba-Leaf. Mulberry leaf contain beneficial properties such as phenolic compound, 1-dioxynogeremycin (DNG), flavonoids, vitamins, minerals, and volatile aromatic compound. During this research, the mulberry leaf will be processed into 3 types of tea at different degree of tea fermentation, that is, the unfermented tea, green tea, semi-fermented tea, oolong tea, and fully fermented tea, black tea. I chose this topic as my research field due to the numerous carcinogenic radicals found in daily food, and people have been focused on the natural antioxidant source. And according to Luo et al., one of the source of natural antioxidant is tea beverage. But in Malaysia, mulberry leaf tea was considered as underutilized product and not well known by Malaysians as the research related to the mulberry leaf tea is still not established. This study can provide new information regarding the processing of Morus alba-Leaf tea. Analysis study can be applied for further research. The information available in this study can be used to produce and commercialize the mulberry leaf tea in Malaysia, and it might even open a new food product opportunity for Malaysians. Thus, the objective for my research is first to determine the DPPH, total phenolic content (TPC), and ferric reducing assay fracs of green tea, oolong tea, and black tea processed from the mulberry Morus alba-Leaf tea. Second, to assess the physicochemical properties of green tea, oolong tea, and black tea. Finally, to determine the sensory acceptability of the brew mulberry green tea, oolong tea, and also black tea. Literature review part. First, the mulberry leaf possesses many pharmacological properties inside, which includes antioxidant activities. Isolated oligopeptide from Morus alba-Leaf with high DPPH scavenging activity showed value in ferrous ion absorption and inhibit malondialdehyde NDA, both of which are critical in avoiding the production of reactive hydroxyl radical in human body. Next, anti-diabetic properties. A diabetic mice study demonstrates lower plasma glucose and insulin after being supplemented with mulberry leaf. Another study conducted by Vishal et al. Also shows that the mulberry leaf can inhibit the alpha-glucosidase that reduce blood glucose postprandial rise. Furthermore, the mulberry also possesses the anti-cancer and anti-tumor activity as the leaf will trigger the changes in the morphology of HeLa cell. Aside from that, the mulberry leaf also possesses neuroprotective ability and anti-obesity characteristic. As for the fermented mulberry leaf tea, a study conducted shows that the physicochemical properties of the mulberry leaf and the fermented mulberry leaf yield a different value. Mostly, the fermented mulberry leaf contain high value except for carbohydrates. Meanwhile, for the antioxidant activity, Morus alba-Leaf was found to be high in bioactive compound and its flavonoid shows an abundance of antioxidant activities. But the temperature during the fermentation might influence the content of antioxidant available in the mulberry Morus alba-Leaf. Materials and method part. The young shoots of mulberry leaf will be harvested in a local place in Tumpat, Kelantan. For the flow of my research, I will start with the mulberry leaf tea processing, then continue for the antioxidant analysis for the PPH, frac assay, and total phenolic content analysis, before continuing to the physicochemical analysis and proceed to the sensory evaluation process before the statistical analysis for the data obtained. For the processing method for mulberry green tea, the process will start by harvesting the young mulberry shoot and wash the leaf before the steaming process. Then, the leaf will undergo the primary drying and roasting before hand rolling and pan frying. The leaf will then dry for the final process. Proceed to the mulberry oolong tea. The process will start as the same as the green tea. Then, the leaf will undergo primary withering and continue for the indo-weathering. Then, the primary rotating process will take place before fixing the leaf on the pan. Then, the leaf will undergo the final rolling and finally blending process. Then, for the black tea, the process will start with harvest and washing the leaf. Then, proceed to the withering and rolling process before continuing to the fermentation and drying process. Then, the leaf will be spread before the final drying was applied. Then, the leaf will be blended to obtain desired tea form. After the tea processing is complete, each of the tea will be analyzed for its antioxidant content. First, each tea sample will be extracted, and then the antioxidant analysis will be performed for both, that is, DPPH and also FRAP assay. Antioxidant DPPH assay will be measured using the DPPH solution. Meanwhile, for the ferric reducing assay, FRAP will be using the FRAP reagent. Not just that, the total phenolic content also will be measured. Next, the physico-chemical properties analysis will be conducted. Moisture content analysis will be done using the drying method involving sample preparation, weighing, drying, cooling, and re-weighing. The crude fiber will be determined by using acid and alkali digestion method using sulfuric acid solution and sodium hydroxide solution. Then, protein will be determined by the Jadar method, digestion, distillation, and titration. The color determination of mulberry leaf tea will be measured using the colorimeter chromometer. pH analysis will be measured using the pH meter, sugar content using the pocket refractometer, and finally water activity using a water activity analyzer. At the final phase of my study, a sensory evaluation will be conducted. 50 untrained panels among students and staff of UNIZA Besut campus will be randomly selected to know the acceptability toward the characteristics of green tea, oolong tea, and black tea mulberry. If using the 7-point scale hedonic test, sample of each tea will be brewed and prepared in a small cup coded with a 3-digit random number. They will be asked to rinse their mouth with drinking water before tasting each of the sample. Panelists need to evaluate the coded sample for each attributes, including bitter, astringent, savory, turbidity, flavor acceptability, color acceptability, and overall acceptability. All the data will be conducted in triplicate, and by using the SPSS, the data will be analyzed through ANOVA. Next, at the end of the experiment, the expected outcome that might occur is the green tea made from mulberry Morus arbali leaf tea might have the highest antioxidant content and total phenolic content. The physico-chemical properties of all the unfermented, semi-fermented, and fully fermented might vary for all the tests. The expected most preferred type of tea might be unfermented mulberry leaf tea. Next is for the reference part. These are a few of my main reference Gantt chart part. So this is my Gantt chart. By the end of May 2022, all the data analysis will be finished and can be proceeded to the thesis presentation. That's all from me. Thank you.